Hey everybody, welcome to the Brainal podcast. This is episode 54. It is January 18th, 2017. I put 16. I gotta get used to that. I'm Jepi Condyle.
And I'm froze. No, I'm good coffee. No, I'm good coffee. How you guys doing? Haven't been on in a while.
Yes, so coffee. This is pretty much the first time we've been talking to each other since before Christmas, actually, right?
Yeah. It's been some time, my friend.
Yes.
My friend.
Let me know.
Let's journey together. Okay.
Let me know, gaming-wise, what you've been doing over this little holiday break.
There's been a lot.
Get me up to date as far as the coffeeness.
Okay, there's been a lot of coffee.
Go for it.
So I've been playing. One of my buddies loaned me his PlayStation VR.
Cool.
And I played some of the Resident Evil 7 updated.
The demo,
and
you did text me, and it was
kind of messed me up a little bit. Yeah.
It was followed by a very short, nope.
Yeah, it was a very, very quick no.
Can you tell me how far you got?
I probably only got 3 or 4 rooms in.
Can you tell me which floor of the house?
Second floor, and then I was like, I am going to not go in the basement because screw this game, I'll play the basement out of VR. I played it out of VR.
Okay.
The rest of that, I was not about to go.
Yeah,
in that body bag room.
I could, oh my god.
Not about that life.
That's the furthest I got personally. I opened that door, and Frozen and another friend, they were watching me play, and I got up to that part. Now, keep in mind, at least Frozen at the time has not tried VR, and I just crack open the door a little bit, and I see that body bag, and I said, no, I can't. And I tried to really convince the guys that I cannot go further. And I think a lot of it has to do with me and you particularly. When we consume certain media, we tend to get pretty invested. Like me and you, we tend to want to believe the world. We want to be in there, and obviously VR does it better than anything else up to this point outside doing it in reality.
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't want to. I want to be in there, but I don't want to be in there. I don't want to be in there. Resident Evil 7.
I want to be there, but knowing for a fact that I'm invincible, and all of the enemies are my friends. That's the world I want to live in.
That's not how I felt.
Not how I felt either. Yeah, I did explore that in that hallway leading up to that barred door to the basement. I did explore the bathroom, the shower, and that was a lot for me.
Yeah.
I can't do it, man.
It invaded my dreams, not even gonna lie.
I don't blame your brain.
Because
it was crazy. Yeah, but you know what? We tried. And
you did.
I feel like I wish I could explore everything, but knowing there's no monsters.
Yeah, I do that. I'd be okay.
Yeah.
Let's just, it should be gone home, the VR experience.
That would be cool. So what else have you done?
I've got several games for Christmas. I've been investing a lot of time in Final Fantasy 15 once again.
Nice.
I'm about 55 hours, 60 hours in.
Holy
Haven't beat it
crap!
quite yet, but
I
I've been
think
doing a lot of side stuff.
I
How
don't
far?
think we broke 20 hours yet.
You enjoying it though? I haven't.
Oh yeah. I'm enjoying the crap out of it. I'll explain why a little bit later why I haven't really progressed in it. But keep going.
Okay. So that and I got some games for Christmas, and those games include been playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Mm.
Really enjoy that game.
Oh,
I grew up
nice.
on Dragon Ball. It's kind of like crack. I had to like literally budget my time so it wasn't everything that I saw when I closed my eyes, because the game was just like in my eyes, behind my eyes,
Now I
my brain.
remember you did a little research, some shallow research into um, knowing if you had to play the first game or not. And you said
Hmm.
that you found out that you pretty much didn't have to play the first game. So do you still feel that after playing
Correct.
Xenoverse 2?
Yes,
Cool.
they catch you up, but it's really cool. It lets you. Right now, my trainer is Piccolo. He's teaching me special beam mechanics.
Oh,
He's really
you
cool about
wearing
that.
those weighted clothes?
Yeah, yeah, every day.
That's cool.
just want you to know that. But Last Guardian,
Ah,
got that as
yes.
well. Beautiful game.
Yeah.
Definitely noticing some of the lag and performance issues that people have talked about off because I don't have a PS Pro, but it's still so engrossing and beautiful that I don't care. I could get lost in the world. I don't care that it feels like a PS2 game. I don't care. I
I
love it.
don't know what it's like to play that on a normal PS4, that game, but I hope a lot of people understand. I think there's a big misunderstanding. Yeah, it does. Some of the mechanics do feel archaic at times, but a lot of that is due to the style of the development. The director, I should know his name. I don't, but I think they intentionally did that to make
Hmm.
the character feel like he has some weight. Um, and as far as you want him to go in one direction, and he has momentum, and it kind of there's like a half-second delay or something like that.
He's
Um,
so cute.
yeah. Oh man, Trico. No, I'm not. I have not beaten
Yeah,
the game. For the
I
record,
haven't either. I haven't either. I'm not very far.
gorgeous game.
It's beautiful.
I said this a few episodes ago, but I want your opinion on it because you're the only other person, at least in Brainal, that has played this game. When you're out in the open and you see the air hitting his feathers and everything,
Oh, jeez, yeah.
doesn't it really feel like there's air in that place?
Yes,
Yeah, and it's
yes, it
so
does.
fantastic.
And it's like blowing in my hair, and I could smell Trico, and he doesn't smell good, but you know.
Trigger,
Trigger.
trigger.
Anyway,
Man,
uh,
that's cool, man.
yeah, I love it. So that and what else did I get? Tomb Raider, the 20th year
Uh,
celebration.
yeah, the Rise of Tomb Raider.
Um,
I
yeah,
haven't played it yet.
I started playing it. It's quite good. I really like it. I remember really enjoying the first one. For some reason, I don't really remember the specifics of it. And when I went back into it, I was like, oh, this is why I like the first game. I don't know why. For some reason, that game just it was really fun, but for some reason, it didn't stick out to me. But I'm really having a good time with this one as well so far. So
Did you play the Tomb Raider, the first one on launch?
yes, that's
Okay,
probably
maybe
why.
that's why. Yeah, it seemed I played it after it was ported to the PS4 and remastered to a degree. So it was a
Okay.
little bit more fresh in my mind, and so I played it, I guess, a year or two after it came out. Um, so yeah, definitely been a bigger gap. Plus, I mean, Uncharted. I don't know if
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, but they're so different, those two games.
they
You know,
sure are.
yeah, I really enjoyed Tomb Raider, but again, I've not played
Trigger.
the new one. Tiriker,
No, Trigger.
I
Okay,
practice. I
you
practice.
did better than me. Better
I'll
than me.
teach you tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Teach me.
We'll go
Uh,
hiking on the mountain at the very top. Like,
and then it just comes bounding and
yes.
steps on people and yes. Anyway, played a ton of Pokemon over the break. I think I'm
Oh,
at like
nice.
60 hours.
Holy crap.
Um, and I still haven't beaten it, but I'm making a sweet team.
Nice.
I got.
Yeah, yeah. I told you I got it right.
Oh no, you didn't.
Yeah, no, 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 no. Or maybe I think I told you I was thinking about it
You
because I
told me you
heard
were thinking
what
about it.
Giggles was saying, all the crap he was talking about.
Have you played it?
I played a little bit of it. I really do enjoy it so far, but I've been uh, sideswiped. That's not a thing. I've been sidetracked with other games, but yeah, my sole purpose for playing that is just to destroy Giggles. I really do enjoy it. Yeah, because remember we had that conversation, and then you asked me which one I wanted to get, and I told you I wanted to get Sun, and you wanted me to get
Mm-hmm.
Moon, but I explained the 12-hour difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm only just a few hours into it. Adorable. It's a great game.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I think you'll continue to enjoy it. It just feels more polished than the other one did. And
Yeah, it's not like
what else did I? Oh
it's
yeah,
not
I
like I
got
didn't like X, but I do enjoy
no.
playing
Yeah,
this more.
I got Dragon Ball Fusions for my 3DS from my brother, which is like a
Okay.
3DS basically collect characters and fuse them RPG what if scenario type game. So you could like fuse Krillin with Piccolo and you get Crickolo, or then they look ridiculous and it's actually pretty fun.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so doing that, and I think that's about it. Um, oh, Shantae and the Pirates Curse I've been playing it too. But anyway, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
you
been
big
such a long
Shantae.
break. I played like all the things. So
Cool. Yeah. Did you beat Paper Mario
no, no, not.
because of the new games? Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't take it home with me at my Wii U.
Oh, okay. So, for me, a lot of I did mention this in last week's podcast, which I've yet to post, and I'll explain why. I got the idea of doing Brainal backstories, but Resident Evil videos to get people ready for 7. So, but I put on it's possible, but with my line of work and just the way things are set up, I had to either sacrifice doing the videos, sleep, or my work. And I pretty much started playing Resident Evil 0, and I plan to go all the way to Resident Evil 6, capture all the footage, and make a
Oh
few
dang.
videos. Yeah. And today, though, when I woke up, I realized that there were a few people in my work that I realized I didn't get back to them, and it was because I was so worried about their videos. And then that's when I realized I can't do everything I wanted to by Tuesday, when 7 comes out. So,
Yeah.
yeah, what I'm going to do is I was going to do 3 videos. The first one covers 0 and 1, the second one is 2, 3, and Veronica, and the last one was 4, 5, and 6. But I want to get them all out by Tuesday, but I think I'm just going to focus on part 1. Most of the video is done too. I'm just going to post that on Monday and look at the response. And if people do want the second part, third part, then I'll work on them.
Okay.
But yeah, so right now I've played and beat 0, played and beat 1 twice with Jill and Chris, played and beat which I've done before on the GameCube. Never played 2, but I played 2 on the Vita, and that's a great game. I mean, it's obviously old
Yeah.
control
Yeah.
wise, and at first, because that was the first one that I had to play with tank controls again, I'm like, oh my god! But I got used to it, so it wasn't too bad. Story was really cool. I really enjoyed it. It's nice to knock that off my bucket list of games to play. Played 3. I had beat 3 before, but I played that again. Hated it this time with Nemesis. And then Code
Mm.
Veronica, which I never played before. I played on PlayStation Now. And people, I guess you got to have at least a decent internet connection. I was playing Code Veronica X on PlayStation Now, on my PS4, and for those who don't know, that's where you stream the game off a server. So you have to, you input commands. Those have to go to the server, and then the server, puts them into the game, and then you find what happens in the game. But Coffee, I swear, I played it for hours and I didn't notice any lag to the point where I forgot I didn't have the game on my system. And it
That's
was so
crazy.
impressive, yeah. And the thing is, I've done the trial before, right before they were gonna launch it. But I am strongly considering doing the limited time $100 a year uh, subscription to PlayStation Now. I still don't know yet because
Brrr.
but it's. I mean, usually they charge 20 a month, right? So 100 a year is
Yeah.
pretty good deal. But
I don't think I'd be able to handle having access to that many games. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'd freak out.
there are a few games I really do want to play. One of them is Nino Kuni.
That
And
game is Nino nice.
but it's I was very impressed with the thing. The problem though with Resident Evil Code Veronica is it has the old system of you have to save with ink ribbons at typewriters. So if your
No,
internet
that's
goes
tough.
out, you just lost a certain amount of progress. So I try to save as much
Yeah,
as possible. But anyway,
yeah.
so I beat Veronica, and that's where I'm at now. So I just have 4, 5, and 6 left. At least I don't have to beat those twice, which is nice. But I'm
That
gonna.
is true.
I think I'm gonna continue with the first video and hopefully get out by Monday, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, I've pretty much had to dedicate most of my free time to playing and capturing and editing, and that's why I haven't been able to play. Before I came up with the idea, I was playing 15 a lot. I love 15. I love it. I enjoy the crap out of that game.
What do you
Um,
like so much about it? Out of curiosity.
Man, in no particular order, but 15 does this amazing thing where, granted, I haven't really played 12. I think I dabbled in 12 for a few hours, but 15 makes me feel like I'm really not playing by myself. When I control Noctis, and you're in the overworld, technically overworld, whatever,
Yeah,
you have your buddies around you. It really feels like they are there. They're actual
they're
characters with
really
you.
fleshed out. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very organic. The way you move, the way they walk around you, it's very, very natural feeling. And that's one of the many things I love about it. I love the battle system the more I get into it.
Hmm.
Um, the story is told just right. Assuming you watch Kingslave, I finally watched all the Brotherhood anime. I loved it. The specific my favorite episodes of Brotherhood were the ones with the one with Ignis. I didn't know he was like a little bit of a chubster when he was little, and
You mean Prompto?
sorry, yeah, Prompto, yeah, and Gladiolus with his sister. The thing is, I got to I forgot what that town is, but I met her name's
Iris.
Iris, right? I met Iris
Yeah.
in the game, and then I watched that. I'm like, oh, that's such a cool connection. I think
Hmm.
15's a great game, but man, do you have to watch Kingsglaive and Brotherhood to get the most out of that. It's just incredible.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Um,
so good.
yeah,
It is.
and
I
just
love it.
visually, I love the. I know where I'm at. I'm right before. I think I just started chapter 4, and I'm right before I have to go to the disc of
Okay.
Carthus, whatever. But I love visually how that you drive by it for a while. It looks it looks like Final Fantasy, and it's
Hmm.
just so beautiful. But I really enjoy doing the side quests, you
Me
know?
too. There are so many. There
Yeah.
are so many.
And it's such an interesting dynamic between, you know, storing up your XP and then finding a hotel, staying up for a
Oh
week.
yeah.
Who cares if they keep, complaining like, no, we're going to get these XP. It's a really cool game. But the Resident Evil games are what have thrown me off a little bit. Um, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. Well, if I need a break, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. The more I play that, the more I really enjoy that multiplayer.
Nice.
Yeah. Someone has challenged me in the polite way to smash tomorrow. Um, so we've been talking about it for months. Not you, obviously. Um, so after tomorrow afternoon, we're gonna smash it up, and I'll keep you guys updated on how that went. Um, Man, I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting something, but either way, uh, yeah. So I think today, me and you. I mean, it's rare that it's just me and you in a podcast. I think we should just discuss some Nintendo. I don't really think there's anything else worth talking about. Um,
I
First
would
off,
agree.
let's talk about the Switch. So I'm assuming you saw the presentation.
I sure did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what'd you think of it?
Um, you know, I wouldn't say it blew me away, but it excited me. Um, I, I mean, all I can say is Zelda. I mean, that's Zelda. I mean, I know that's not the selling point for the Switch necessarily, but to me it is because I want to play it in the best version possible.
Hmm.
And that trailer gave me all the
We'll talk about
feelings.
that trailer in a second.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
what about the system itself?
yeah.
Price point. Um, it's about what I expected. Not bad, you
I think
know.
it's fair.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
A lot. Some people have been thinking it should have been 250. I don't think, and what pisses me off is when people say you can get a PS4 for 250 now. I understand that, but the PS4 is not the size of a tablet, and on top of that, the PS4 is how many years old now, right? So
True.
I think people are being unfair and very unrealistic without knowing. Granted, Nintendo hasn't really explained to us the guts of the machine, right? It's just made more or less capabilities. But I think a lot of people don't understand. Maybe I think they're not giving enough credit to the technology in that thin tablet that is a whole console, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I so that being said, I mean, who knows what kind of profit they're making either. Um, we'll see. And the same thing goes for the accessories. A lot of the accessories um, are pretty hefty when it comes to price, but again, I don't know what kind
Hmm.
of technology goes behind that either. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
I
You
think a
gonna
lot of
get it
people
at
are comparing
launch?
it to PS4 and Xbox One stuff. But this is what I do feel though. Um, Nintendo has a lot to prove. They
Uh
have,
huh.
as far as in the public eye, even to us Nintendo fanboys, me and you, they still have a lot to prove. And there are certain questionable things. For example, and I know you know this, but the launch lineup, weak as hell.
It's
Weak.
super weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Granted, they might not have told us everything that's coming out, but uh, yeah, Zelda's enough for me. But at the same time, it's so obvious that they should have had the 1-2 switch as a pack in. Everyone's been saying that. I agree. Um,
Hmm.
because they have something to prove. I don't know how many people are going to buy it for $50. You know,
I'm not.
no,
I'm
I'm
sure as
definitely
heck
not.
not.
Yeah, me, I definitely won't. But man, if it was a pack in,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
such an opportunity that they missed out on because the whole conversation would be very different right now. I'm not saying the conversation about the Switch is negative. I think it's actually overall positive. But man, it could have been
Hmm.
stellar. You know,
I agree.
Arms looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, some people have been hyping up Arms after their hands-on impressions. I feel like that would be a fun game,
Hmm.
but I can't see myself getting it right away. Um, but then I don't, who knows? Unless they had a demo. If they had a demo, that'd be cool. Um, Things I'm worried about personally, the all they've really mentioned as far as voice chat is using an app on a smart device. That really pisses me off if that's the only way to
That
chat.
bothers me because if I need to be talking to someone on the phone,
Oh, I didn't even
and
think
I'm
of
using
that.
my phone,
Yeah.
that's going to be a huge pain in the butt.
Well, for
Like,
me, I don't. I want to be able to hear the game audio and the person's voice at the same time. If I have headphones on connected to my smart device, I can't hear the audio from the game that well because I got stuff in my ears. And
yeah, it's
that's
not very intuitive.
yeah. And these were the things when the Switch was first announced that I was worried about. Um, where again, at least I don't know the whole story. Maybe maybe the system does have onboard chat. That would be nice. They haven't shown us crap about the UI. But those are the things I'm most worried about, and they have so much buzz right now that God,
Yeah.
if they just made just a couple different decisions, it would have been clear that the Switch could possibly uh, put Nintendo under a different light, on a much more favorable light. What else? What else did you take away from the presentation?
The internet looks like an improvement. It looks like they're doing away with the friend code, which is good. Um,
But again, they
and they're
haven't shown
gonna
us much, though, right?
no, but it sounds like they're taking a step in the right direction. I don't know how I feel about the subscription service. Because from what I hear, they're only offering like one or two retro games that you could play only for that month
Yeah.
instead of and that seems kind of cheap. I mean, Nintendo's been known to be really cheap, kind of in the past with a lot of stuff. I mean, for example, I'm not trying to hit you
That's
know,
fine.
on Nintendo or whatever everything,
Yeah, yeah. For the
but
record, anyone listening, Coffee and myself are huge Nintendo fanboys. We are Nintendo loyalists. Just keep that in mind. But we can't not say these things. So
yeah, like my issue is Nintendo when it comes to marking their games prices down. I mean, you look at Nintendo's digital deals, and they're a joke. Like they'll knock it down like $3, maybe like $4, 15, 25% tops.
for their
And
first
I'm
party
looking over
stuff,
on yeah, and I'm looking over at PSN, and they have things knocked down like to like $10 and less.
yeah,
And I'm just like, Nintendo needs to first of all improve their online. They need to address the fact alone, I was salty just knowing that I'm paying for this, service, and I'm only gonna get these games, these cheap retro games that are only like $5-10, and I only get to play them for that month. Like I think that's ridiculous,
Well,
frankly.
but that the thing is, we don't know the price of the subscription. We don't know if that is absolutely true at this point because they haven't confirmed, even though they had a statement that people, it does pretty much say exactly what you said. Um, and we don't know if after, I mean, I'm just speculating. What if they did allow us to play the retro games? And if you do subscribe to the service, what if they did offer a discount in buying that game? Like a pretty hefty discount. At
Well,
least you got to try it and like, hey, I do like it. I want to keep it.
yeah, I mean,
But we don't know. Yeah, and I don't know. It has it been confirmed? I mean, I think they did say it was retro games or virtual console games or something.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, but you know what? I mean, this is what I know. Xbox, Microsoft learned over time from PlayStation that hey, maybe we should start offering games. I'm hoping Nintendo is fluid enough to maybe change their course. Um, but then again, I mean, what I'm most concerned about is I don't. If I'm going to pay for an online service, then they better give me something as simple as onboard game chat. I mean, what else am I paying for?
exactly,
How
yeah.
often do I play with people online on Nintendo systems? Not too much. Maybe Smash every once in a while. Maybe Mario Kart. But it might be one of those things where it's like, okay, Nintendo, all right, you know what? Maybe I just won't have to pay and to play multiplayer online. You know, um,
Mhm, mhm.
yeah, but we'll see. At least they're offering the trial for for I think they're saying you could try it for free. Their service for
Yeah,
free until fall. But this is one thing I even though a lot of people do bitch and complain about, this is one thing I do like about people talking like that. I'm hoping this time, because I mean, they do have a lot to prove. I'm hoping Nintendo really realizes. Um, Let me put it this way: there's no way in hell they can get away with any of that stuff for this whole generation and survive. So if they, let's say they do the worst. Let's say it's exactly $60 a year, and let's say yeah, we'll let you try out these two games just for a month, and then you have to pay for them. None of your past purchases get brought forward. There's no onboard chat, none of that, and we still pay $60 a month. I don't think the general public would let that fly. and then Nintendo's gonna get so bashed, justifiably, if that happens, that they would have to change course. I don't know who is calling the shots there. I think more shots this time were better called than the ones that were not called well. But there are
Yeah.
some people there that are either super old school or completely do not understand how, um, just typical network gaming should be. They must only
Yeah.
play the Wii U and the
Yeah.
3DS, you know?
Yeah. Which
And I'm hoping
seems
they get their
ridiculous.
crap together. If all this is true, none of us know, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so we still have a little bit over a month, and um, there have been a few birdies saying that they still have more to reveal. So I'm hoping the
That's
best.
true. I mean, but the upcoming games, they look great. Super Mario Odyssey looks amazing. I'll definitely pick up Splatoon 2. Some of the,
You know what I'm
Xenoblade 2
interested
looks
in,
great.
even though it's not exclusive to Switch. I want to play Sonic Mania on the Switch. So for some reason, that
Oh,
feels right.
feels so dirty. But it does. You shouldn't buy a Switch just for something.
Right. Splatoon 2. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence, but I'm really leaning toward picking it up. But I'd like to know more about it. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a definite for me. Nice battle
Because the
mode.
battle,
Yeah.
yeah,
And also the Splatoon characters, and it's just I would love to be able to play Mario Kart on the go.
yeah,
Legit, you know. Oh well, no, that's unfair because Mario Kart 7 was awesome. So I
it
can't knock
was
that. Yeah, Super Mario Odyssey, man, that trailer. Oh my God,
so
it just kept
good.
getting better
I
and
was blown
better.
away by that.
Yeah, that was awesome, and I love how
Yeah.
we mentioned this over Slack. I love how it was open world more so than other Mario games. Um, well, so what do you think of 1-2 Switch?
I I think it's silly looking. I don't see anyone actually. Unless someone like shotguns a bunch of beer and like, you want to see this really silly thing I have for like 10 seconds and then do something better like VR. Well, here you go.
Well, I think a lot of it is it definitely is a party game. I've seen a lot of impressions on it. A
Yeah,
lot of people that played it really like it, but they all
really.
agree that it should have been a pack-in. And I could see people, playing beer games over it or something. Um, I think it definitely has its place. I think it's definitely something unique, something very Nintendo-y. But man, the $50? Come on now. Come on.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just saying.
ridiculous.
It should have been a packet. Um, Arms looks cool. Um, what about the Shin Megami Tensei teaser? What about Xenoblade?
Xenoblade looks great. Shin Megami Tensei.
They didn't show much on
I
it.
don't really care. If they didn't show much, I have no idea if it's spin-off title, if it's what. I know a lot of people that excited a lot of people,
You know what I
but
liked
I've
about it?
never.
The fact
What's
that we
that?
saw the demons not as JPEGs. You know,
Oh
they
yeah,
look like they
yeah,
were
yeah.
modeled in 3D, and that I think would go a long way for me. How about the region free aspect of the Switch? That's cool.
That was cool. I like that. I like that.
See, those are
Yeah,
the decisions they need to make, like that. You know.
yeah, I agree. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Um, but yeah, other than that, Super Mario Galaxy. I thought Octopath Traveler looks good. Besides the really bizarro name.
That's a stupid
Um,
name. It looks
yeah,
great. Stupid name.
it looks cool.
Like
The
who?
name's horrible. I hope they change
Well,
it.
I'm glad it's called Project. I don't think that's the final name,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah.
Um,
Let's discuss the Zelda trailer. Can I tell you
the
how
one
I
thing that really
experienced
matters.
it? So
Yes, let's hear it.
Frozen and I were skyping, and I was on my bed with my laptop. It was right in front of me. Right, we watched the whole presentation.
Oh, I know
We're,
where this is going.
we're still off of the high of the presentation because it's
Yeah.
they showed a lot of stuff. And by the way, the colored, I pre-ordered the colored one, the with the red and blue. That's what I wanted, right? I was so happy they showed that, and they give you the option if you want the black or blue and red one. But so I'm watching this, and then the scene starts. I'm like, the trailer starts. I'm like, okay, I know it's Zelda, definitely. And then I did the immediate, you know me, I cover my eyes because I can't.
Yeah, I did that too.
But then something told me, and just something deep with it. I think my soul told me, like,
You
Jepi,
need to watch this.
just fucking watch it. Just watch it. Just soak it in. And you know what? I removed my hands and I just never blinked. And I watched the trailer. I'm assuming you've seen the whole trailer at this
Oh
point.
yeah, it's amazing.
Oh my god, the way it starts out was great. I thought that was it. I thought that was gonna be the whole trailer, and then, oh, man, that Japanese voice acting screwed me up in a great
Yeah,
way. I was
yeah.
so shocked, and once I heard whoever the old lady is, once I heard her talking, I knew there was nothing to worry about with the voice acting.
Oh
I
yeah,
mentioned this to Frozen last week. I did not like the English voice acting. Well, I
yeah.
mean, after hearing the Japanese, and I'm hoping they give us the option. But oh my god! And then the music was ramping up, right? And then the
Oh,
Calamity
Zelda,
Ganon
I
thing was
like
happening, whatever.
how great
The Deku
Princess
Tree
Zelda
was
looks.
talking, and
Oh
then
yeah.
Zelda, and then when
Mm.
she started crying, and then
And then I started crying.
well, here's the thing. I was joking with Frozen before the whole Switch presentation. I told him, um, I'm probably gonna cry at some point tonight, and that was a joke. And then when that happened, I could not hold back the tears for many reasons, but one was because I understood that Nintendo finally got Zelda perfect, right?
Hmm.
One, okay. Did you enjoy Skyward Sword?
Yes, loved it.
I enjoyed it. One of the things I hate about it was how segmented the game was. This is not,
Yeah,
you know?
I hated that. I hated
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
and just the fact that you can go anywhere that you see is amazing. And I'm personally I'm glad that motion controls isn't the centerpiece of the control mechanism of this, and just the fact that a lot of people don't realize that there are stories in the Zelda games, great stories, but the
Hmm.
way they're taking the cinematic approach with it to the point I'm like, oh my god, I was I could not sleep that night after watching that trailer. And then they
Hmm.
say it's March 3rd, and I lost my crap. I just lost my
Oh,
crap.
yeah, yeah. I crapped. I just lost it. I crapped, and then I couldn't find it. I was
I
like, "Where you at?" No, dude. Yeah.
I'm glad I saw the
I
trailer.
faced quite a huge internal struggle because I was gonna wait on the Switch, honestly. But then I heard that it is gonna be mostly the same gameplay experience. But I heard that the
The
it
resolution,
runs better, the resolution's higher.
yeah, it's what
Um,
900 for Switch and 720 for
900p,
Wii U.
720 Wii U. Also, the sounds improved on the Switch version. And yeah, man, it's going to be hard for me not to get a Switch day one just because of Zelda. And that's what happened to me with the original Wii as well. So,
The Twilight Princess.
yeah, yep.
Hmm.
So, although not going to lie, I think this looks better than Twilight Princess did.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Um,
aside from the original trailer that they unveiled when first with Twilight Princess, where I
I
also wrapped my pants.
yeah, but you know what, man? I think no lie, and I'm definitely not exaggerating. This Zelda trailer, the Japanese one specifically, had to have been one of the best trailers I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
was just, and they did it in such a way. Well, they did it in such a way where they didn't spoil anything, but they did say certain things that my mind started thinking of certain story points, and but I might be
Yeah.
wrong. But I think I was telling Frozen. I think this is clearly Wind Waker timeline because the Koroks that were there,
Hmm.
and this has to happen before Wind Waker, um,
Oh yeah,
because we see bird people. We see some form of Rito, but we still see
yeah,
Zora. But we don't
yeah.
see them at all in Wind Waker, which is strange. but also
Zoras are in Wind Waker
oh,
briefly.
then I might be wrong. I feel like we're gonna see. My prediction is I think this if this is before Wind Waker, I think this game explains where the flood comes from.
Hmm.
But I might be wrong. But yeah, it's incredible. Man. That I watch that trailer at least twice a day, and every time I see it, I get goosebumps.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It
It,
is so good.
I want to know what AG meant when he said we have to delay because he learned about something that he wanted to add to the game. I want to know. I want to know.
Virtual reality. Oh,
The thing is, man, after seeing that trailer, I realized, man, they were not messing around. They were not
no,
just, you know, at least for the course of 2016 and whatever, they were not just, sitting on their hands.
no.
Um, Other games I'm looking forward to, Snipper Clips. You seen that?
It looks cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks cool. Apparently it's an eShop title, which is nice. Man, what else? I was disappointed they didn't show a Smash thing, but
It'll
um,
happen.
yeah, I'm curious if it would be cool if they did a Smash 4 port, but
Hmm.
with a melee option. Like it added in there is melee. That should be cool. Or if they announced Smash Brothers Melee coming out for the because of the rumors of the GameCube Virtual Console control, all that stuff too. Um, but yeah, I'm excited, but I'm nervous. But I think I've had the opposite path of what most people have had, because I kind of had realistic expectations. Because yeah, we watched the Switch debut together, that commercial that they had, right? And you remember how I felt on
Hmm.
it then, yeah. And I think starting
Yeah.
at low expectations and then slowly building up, um, I am excited, and I am. I just am. I'm way more excited than I'm not. But man, I hope they listen. I hope they listen to what the
Me
public has
too,
to say.
man. Me too, man. I really want them to succeed. I want the Switch to succeed. I just hope with this kind of what seems like a very dry you know initial lineup. I mean, is Zelda gonna pull them far enough, beyond the initial Zelda hype? Because a lot of the other stuff that's coming out, you know, there's nothing really that big at launch, frankly, besides Zelda, which
For
is
now,
huge.
yeah.
But I mean, not everybody's into a giant, RPG. I mean,
Yeah.
they should be, but that doesn't mean they are.
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I do hope they. I just want more. First off, a lot of people didn't realize this, but what was so special about that presentation is this is the first time they had an actual in-person presentation in a long time on a stage like that.
Hmm.
Um, and also, this is the first time we got to see the president Kimishima, and he seems to be at first when he stood in for Iwata. At first, I thought he was more interim, like he was just temporary, but now it seems like he's there, and we saw a lot of new faces. We saw the one magician guy. I've never seen him before. The
Yeah.
Splatoon guy, never seen him before. A lot of new faces, which was strange but nice. Um, but yeah, we'll see. But I do. They obviously still are doing directs. We'll talk about Fire Emblem in a second. But I wish they did have. I just want them to be like, okay, now here's our presentation for the UI and the internet service. They have to have those before uh, March 3rd. But man, that's coming up so quickly. That's
Yeah, it
I did
really
not
is.
expect March 3rd. I was expecting March 31st. You know,
It's right
and
around the corner. Right
yeah.
around the corner.
Um, all right, so you ready to talk about Fire Emblem?
Yeah, man.
All right. So, a few games were announced today for Fire. What have you heard?
I know of all the games
Okay,
announced.
let's get the mobile one out of the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah. So Nintendo has announced they were working on several mobile games before, um, and more specifically, even before they announced Super Mario Run. The first games, not Mitomo, the first games we heard about were a Fire Emblem game, and I think the other one was Animal Crossing. Am I correct in thinking that?
Correct.
Yeah. So we finally got a glimpse of that today, and just like Coffee said, it was Fire Emblem Heroes, which honestly looks like exactly how I'd picture, with the exception of um, they seem to have a slightly chibi style, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which when I saw more of it, I liked. I was like, that's pretty cool. It does seem to be, for the most part, a Fire Emblem game, but the I don't know how robust the story is going to be. It might be robust. I don't know, but it looks kind of perfect for mobile as far as, a little quick fix. Let's do quick battle. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it might be a little simplified compared to the X game. Might not be. I don't know, but from what I saw, I thought it was pretty cool. The microtransactions. So apparently you can. In the game, you can obtain orbs, and then orbs you can use to pretty much, you can use them to get the equivalent of loot box, but instead of loot, you get characters, right? For your
Yeah, which is actually a very, very common marketing strategy when with RPG games. I mean, that's like a staple. They do that for almost
right.
every mobile game that's an
Um,
RPG.
yeah, and it did look pretty damn Japanese. I watch a lot
Yeah.
of Japanese commercials, and I see a lot of mobile commercials from Japan, and it did remind me a lot of that, which I like. The good news is you can definitely earn the orbs in game. You can buy them. They do this dirty thing where you realize where it's in one go. If you purchase, if you redeem more orbs, you can get more heroes or whatever. The orb cost is less if you continue to get
Yeah,
more.
of
Yeah.
course.
Um, but you know what? They got to make their money some way. From what I understand, this is completely free to play, not like Super Mario Run where you get to try the first world for free. Then you have to pay after that. This, I think, the whole game you could definitely play for free, which is nice. Um, and if the game is at all like how it is, the traditionally, the gameplay should be fun enough where um, you just earn orbs on your own. Or if you want to pay for them, if that's your thing, that's cool. That's fine. But it's nice to know the whole game is free to play, not free to start, which is cool. Um, and as of now, they've only, which is interesting, but I like that they did this. Uh, they only mentioned that it's going to be coming soon to Android. Is it next month? I think they said. I forgot, to Android devices, and at some point it's going to come out for iOS, even though they haven't.
It's
Uh,
coming, yeah, that's second, I believe.
Gotcha. I like that. I like how Super Mario Run came out for iOS first, and well, hold up. I don't like how Mario Run came out for iOS first. I wish they were both. All platforms were released at the same time. But I do like that, the fact that if they when they did that for Fire Emblem, they switched it up. It seems like, and I like that at least,
Me
where they're
too,
not
me
showing
too.
allegiance to one versus the other. Where you know Nintendo isn't in Apple's pocket or something. That's cool.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, yeah. So what were your impressions from what you've seen of that game?
It looks cool. I didn't really look at that much of it. I actually didn't really watch any of the direct,
You didn't
so
miss much, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, I know I looked at the games that got announced, and for Fire Emblem fans, it looks like quite a lot to look forward to, which is awesome. And I like Fire Emblem, but right now it's just they're long, in-depth strategy games, and there's other games I'm playing through. But the one for the Switch in 2018 sounds pretty cool.
One more thing about the mobile one is the maps seem to fit pretty much your whole um, screen, but it's still zoomed in.
Yeah.
So it looks like a battle should last you no more than 10 minutes if you took your time. Um,
Hmm.
yeah. So this, I think they are tailoring these battles to be very pick up and play, and doesn't be as time consuming, which might be perfect for Fire Emblem. Yeah, so 2018, planned 2018 release, which
Could mean
uh,
anything.
the first time they ever said planned, right? Because they promised us Breath of the Wild in 2015. They promised. Yeah. They said we promise. You know, now it's a plan. Might not, be 2018. Yeah. Man, did it have a name? I don't think.
No.
It's just Fire Emblem something. Yeah, there were rumors that Fire Emblem Fates or Fire Emblem Awakening was going to be ported to Switch. And when I was thinking about that, I would love to see. I think the Switch would be perfect for that because the crisp visuals relative to 3DS, and brightness of the screen, I think it'd be really cool. I'd love to play Fire Emblem on the big screen too, which would be cool.
Yeah.
But they haven't announced anything at all outside that is a 2018 planned release. They might have mentioned, I forgot, that it's an all-new adventure and not a port. The fact that it's come out in 2018 makes me think it's an all-new thing.
I think it is, yes.
Yeah. Then they announced a new Fire Emblem game that is essentially a reimagining or possibly remake of Fire Emblem Gaiden, which came out for NES. I have not played any Fire Emblem games prior to Awakening. I am one of those people that first heard about Fire Emblem through Smash Melee. And so all of those games I never played, but I hear they're great. It's coming out in May. No, March. Mm-hmm. No, May.
Yeah, May.
And
it looks pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool, but a part of me's like, okay, how much Fire Emblem do you guys need to make? How you guys had a whole direct about Fire Emblem this, and then they also mentioned Fire Emblem Warriors, which looks cool.
Where's Metroid at?
Yeah, right? And I'm just saying,
yeah.
Can you show me where your resources have been going? You guys released Fire Emblem Fates not too long ago, and now you have another one coming down. It feels kind of like a Mario RPG scenario where they had...
Yeah.
I'm not saying just to reuse assets, but they had a bunch of those. I'm like, these are strange things to have. Mix it up a little bit more.
Well, it took off with a lot of popularity. The Fire Emblem fandom has grown immensely, and I think that's probably why they're doing what they're doing. And they got the Musou game coming out, which is a perfect fit, I would say.
Yeah, that actually Chrome was tearing it up.
It was.
Chrome was tearing it up. Yeah.
Google Chrome tearing it up.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, here's my point. I know you probably didn't watch the Direct, but the main focus is spend the most time on the mobile game.
Mm-hmm.
Don't follow up the Nintendo Switch presentation with that Direct and mention the Switch for less than a minute. If they were going to show more about the mobile stuff, they could have done that before the Switch event. They have more important things to tell us at this point. And granted, they still have the time to tell us a lot of stuff, but what about Metroid? I'm curious. The Switch is coming out. What do you think they're going to show at E3? Do you think they're going to show a Metroid trailer? That would kill.
I think they probably will.
What are they? They're just going to show Mario Odyssey again? Don't get me wrong, Mario Odyssey is great. But that can't be their big thing they're going to show this year.
No, I figured what's Retro been doing? It's been very silent from Retro for sometimes.
When did Tropical Freeze come out?
I want to say yes, or 15.
Is it the beginning of 14 or 15, right?
Yeah. It came out 2014.
Early to January, right? Or February?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were clearly done
it came out February 21st.
So here we are, a new console generation. The last we've heard of Metroid is Federation Force.
Doesn't count.
Right. And then the only other mention of, honestly, new stuff we've seen from Metroid before that was from Nintendo Land. Mm-hmm. And if I'm so afraid that Retro is not working on something, and or maybe we're just getting our hopes up, it's They better blow us away at E3, as far as what's coming down the pike. But man, I'm hoping they switch stuff up with the internet.
With the Switch.
Oh,
switch it up.
That was unintentional.
Switch it up. Was it?
Yes, but
Okay.
I am excited though. I'm very excited.
Me too.
For the record, I'm not getting rid of my Wii U. Not getting rid of my 3DS. I'm keeping those because those are the Wii U's not my favorite. The Wii U is not my favorite system, but man, it had a pretty solid library. A
It
lot of the
did.
games I haven't finished. I still got to finish them, but
I'm contemplating selling my Wii U and
yeah,
my
but
games.
you pretty much have played everything you got for Wii U, right?
For the most part, I haven't beaten all the things I have, but the main reason I'd sell it is so I can afford the Switch. Um, there's just a lot on my plate. I have to be careful with my money right now, so figure
I
if
hear
I'm
you.
going to do it, I might as well be responsible in that way. So
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, thank God that your purchases, at least online purchases, are tied to your account. If you're to ever get another Wii U in the future, you could just re-download that stuff, which is nice. Um,
yeah, that's true.
the Yeah, for example, I have not beaten Wonderful 101. I have not beaten Tropical Freeze. I haven't beaten the very last level of Super Mario 3D World. I haven't beaten the Clay Kirby game. I forgot what that's called. What was it called?
Um,
Rainbow something? Rainbow
Rainbow
Curse.
Curse, Rainbow
Yeah.
Curse.
I haven't beaten. I did beat Yoshi. I haven't beaten Captain Toad, and I love Captain Toad. Um, a whole bunch of things, you know. I still have a lot more I got to do in that system. Um,
No, I hear you.
Plus Smash, and until I know I could play Smash with GameCube controllers or something like a GameCube controller on the Switch, I can't sell.
Yeah,
Can't do it for me
yeah.
personally.
No, and I hear you. I understand, and I would like to. I don't know. Maybe I'll find another way to pay for it, or I'll just wait. But that's kind of waiting on Zelda. I mean, ugh.
Yeah. Let, let me put things into perspective for you guys. We have talked about Zelda. We used to, and I hope we will at some point again. We used to go hiking on a mountain, and mountain is in quotes because it's just definitely not a mountain,
No,
but
it's more like a
it's
hill.
really really tall hill, um, on a weekly basis, and we used to. This was years ago. We used to have uh, talk about hopes about the new Zelda, which is Breath of the Wild,
Mm-hmm.
uh, constantly. Remember, I had the idea of having moments where Link can just chill next to a tree,
Yeah,
and you could just see him just be himself. What you typically see in
yeah,
concept art.
dude.
And
And
stuff
it's
that
like
we
kind
had.
of almost like that. The game almost
I
has
know.
stuff like that.
It's just that we we are owed this game. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But one thing that putting Resident Evil off has definitely helped out with is I realized, like, when they said March 3rd for Zelda, I was like, oh my god, I have to beat Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Four Swords, which I still want to play with you, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, and Hyrule Warriors, because I still have yet to beat that because I'm waiting to beat all those before Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
Man, you hear about the
yeah,
horses in this
dude.
game?
Zelda. Uh-uh. Don't tell me. I don't
Okay,
want
I
to.
will not tell you. Um, yeah, man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. The trailer is fire.
It is fire. Fire in my face.
Frozen was cracking up. I was cracking up because when I was watching that trailer, let me put it this way: Coffee, have you ever
Ow!
heard me say, "Get off me, son"? You ever heard me say that ever?
No.
Yeah, I've never said it, but watching that trailer, I kept saying it because my mind could not process that I was watching something real, and I thought this is a big joke.
Get
And
off me, son!
yeah, and it turned me into a thug, and I loved it.
I'm glad. I'm glad your natural thugness came out for everyone to see.
You.
Yeet!
Anything you wanted to add at all?
Nah, man. I'm pumped. There's so many games coming out right now. Good ones. Um, and it's just kind of like, what the heck do I play?
Yeah,
What do I pick? I have to adult. I gotta
have
make
to adult.
decisions.
I said this last week, but I'll tell you, one of my New Year's resolutions for gaming is to, with a few exceptions, never pay full price for a game. Ever. One exception, obviously, Zelda.
Well, yeah.
Another one would be Persona 5. I can't think of any other ones off the bat. Mario Odyssey, I would. But all the other games, especially, the Sony games, even things like Horizon, even Resident Evil, I'm just going to wait until it's on sale because just a few weeks. Plus, when do I usually play games, way after they come out. And I usually buy them on launch, So this time I'm going to try and be better with that. But Zelda, I can't. Dude, man, if you end up getting a Switch, that would be fun to play.
Oh, yeah.
I like the idea. You could bring 8 Switches together, just play with each other. That's cool.
Yeah, it could be a Switch circle. We could switch.
Yeah.
Circles. All right.
Anyway. That being said, everyone, thanks for joining us again. Again, Happy New Year. Why am I saying that still? It's 2017. We talked for Switch 2 weeks in a row, but hey. Catch up. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If you haven't yet, please check us out on YouTube. We are there. We have a Twitch channel, which we got to use at some point. And then also, I would not go to Brainal.net just yet because we still have to. We're very slow at actually updating the website. We're mainly focusing on the podcasting and the YouTube channel. You could check the podcast out at iTunes. You can check it on Stitcher. You can check it out on Shout Engine, I think it's called. But we would love to hear back from you. And everyone, till next week, take care. Peace.
Same time.
Same time.
Wait a second.